FocusTrack. FocusTrack includes Spotlight, Active Track, and Point of Interest, POI. Spotlight enables the gimbal camera to face toward the subject all the time, while you manually control the flight. In Active Track, the aircraft follows a moving subject at a certain distance and altitude. POI allows the aircraft to fly around the subject based on the set radius and flight speed. Before enabling FocusTrack, make sure the flying environment is open and unobstructed with sufficient light. Drag select the subject in the camera view, or enable subject scanning in control settings, and tap the green icon in the camera view to lock the subject. Spotlight. Spotlight is the default mode once entering FocusTrack. Press the shutter record button on the remote controller or the screen to start shooting photos or recording video. In Spotlight, the aircraft does not fly automatically, but the camera remains locked on the subject while you manually control the flight. You can use the throttle stick to change the aircraft altitude, the pitch stick to alter the distance from the subject, the roll stick to make the aircraft circle the subject, and the yaw stick or the gimbal dial to adjust the subject position in the shooting frame. Active Track. Active Track offers two tracking options, trace and parallel. Trace. In the trace submode, the aircraft tracks the subject from a certain angle relative to the subject's moving direction. Parallel. In the parallel submode, the aircraft follows the subject from a fixed angle relative to the subject. Here we take a person as the tracking subject to demonstrate how to use trace. Enter the control settings in the app and select FocusTrack settings. Select person as the subject and configure the related parameters. Go back to the camera view. Drag select the subject or tap the green icon to lock the subject. The aircraft will enter Spotlight mode by default. Tap Active Track and select Trace. Tap Go. The aircraft will start tracking the subject automatically. Press the shutter record button on the remote controller or the screen to start shooting photos or recording video. A trace wheel with two circles is displayed on the bottom left corner. Tapping any dot on either circle can change the tracking direction. Alternatively, dragging the in position icon over the wheel can also create a flight route. The aircraft will follow the route to fly to the in position. During auto tracking, you can also use the control sticks to manually control the aircraft. POI. After selecting the tracking subject, tap POI. Set the flight direction and speed. Tap Go. The aircraft will automatically calculate the radius and start circling around the subject at the current altitude. How to exit FocusTrack. In POI or Active Track, press the flight pause button on the remote controller, or tap Stop on the screen to return to Spotlight first. In Spotlight, press the flight pause button on the remote controller to exit FocusTrack.